Hey Pisces, thanks for dropping in with me. I'm here to give you your Stone of Destiny Quest Wildcard read, where we're going to look at what path you've been on and you are preparing to leave behind, what path you see before you presently, the hidden path that will emerge for you with the new moon that will be coming in Scorpio, and that transformational initiatory gateway on November 1st that will kick off the new lunar cycle and the energy that will be building during that time. We'll find out what wild card elements will be in play, what kind of magics you'll need to have to carry you forward on your path, and also the nature of your quest. This is for any significant Pisces placement, if you have a prominent placement in the 12th house, or if you are a Virgo rising. And we're going to dive right into it. I do have an opening message for you. The winds came in quite strongly today. It's very blustery out today. A lot of leaves are falling away from the trees. So I do feel like you're preparing to shed something here. You're preparing for a major release. You can feel the winds of change picking up. You know that something is about to shift radically in your life. I also had a totem show up for you. I came into the recording room today to find a new web attached to my ring light, of all things. And there's a jumper spider sitting in the center of it. So I do feel like you got spider medicine coming in. I do feel like you are weaving webs of connectivity. In this case, it feels like, I mean, just for it to be attached to my ring light, you might be doing something that involves production. You might be going into production with something. You might be part of a production. You might be doing something on the back end in connection to a theatrical production. You're getting to know the nuts and bolts of an industry. You're in the back end, okay? There's something about this. I also feel like you might be doing something online or something that requires you to expand your reach in some way. Some of you are preparing to launch something. I do feel like whatever you're about to do, you are about to take a risk. Now, with the jumper spider, it also makes me think of like jump scare energy too. So there might also be somebody connected to you that is part of your network that you are not aware of. Do be also aware of the tendency for a trap to be set, okay? Or the webs of illusion, confusion, or compromising arrangements we can get caught up in, okay? So there's this piece too. We'll get more clarity about how that spider medicine is coming through for you, but it was really quite significant, so I wanted to open up with that. So first, let's look at what is the path that Pisces is leaving behind at this time, Spirit. What is the path that Pisces is leaving behind now, Spirit? What is the path that Pisces is leaving behind now, Spirit? Ooh, well, we got sweetness and synergy. So I do feel like you experience some culmination point here. And if you haven't arrived at that sweet spot yet, I feel like you will quite soon here. You had 3:44 on the clock with that. So this might be just about to come into alignment. You might be getting a little help or support, pulling some strings to pull this off. But something is coming in here that does bring some sweetness into your life. This is something coming into alignment with you. I also feel like this is something that is going to be a very prosperous cycle for you. It's kicking off a brand new cycle. It was 4:11 on the clock here. So yes, very foundational. And you might have to let something fall away in order to take this opportunity, but I do see you going for it. So let's see, what is this path that Pisces is leaving behind at this time, Spirit? What is this path that Pisces is leaving behind at this time, Spirit? It's starting to get overcast out there. The clouds are beginning to gather, okay? So there might be a little bit of a storm brewing. It might require a little upheaval. Oh my goodness, look at what flipped up there. Yes, spider medicine coming in. So definitely community and web weaving here. So there's also something here coming in about 6 degrees of separation, and that there's people that you know that know people that you're not aware that they know the same people you know. So it's part of it is about who you know, certainly, and making connections here. You might be coming into connection with a big player here, okay? Somebody that has a lot of sway, somebody who can make things happen, somebody who can pull some strings for you, somebody who maybe can bring more attention to some kind of work you're doing, shine a spotlight on you, expand your reach. I see that. I also feel like, again, that message coming through with just connectivity online. There's something about connectivity online right now that you need to be aware of. Also, how you're communicating online, what you're putting out there, and understanding that there are people that are connected to others that you're not aware they are connected to. So you want to be mindful of what you put out there because it will get back to others, okay? I feel like there's sort of like lit up communication online. Maybe there's some attention on you right now. There's focus on you. Some people may be anticipating that you're about to make some move or that there's something here that you're about to put out. You're about to launch something. This is kind of like debut energy. And I feel like you have a lot of attention on you. I also feel like there is somebody here that's kind of keeping an eye on you, and the intentions are a little unclear, right? Is it a trap? Can you trust it? I don't know. You might be kind of feeling this energy too. You might have had some suspicions recently, like you felt your spidey senses tingling, okay? So ultimately, I feel most of this is in the positive for you. It really looks like you're about to enter into a creative cycle, and I feel like you got to just like jump right into it. But you might be leaving behind a kind of deceptive or messy situation that involved a community, a group of people, or something that went down online. You really want to make a clear distinction between that and who you are and what you represent here. So I see you kind of like distancing yourself or separating yourself in some way to make a clear distinction on that level. But this is a brand new cycle for you that's opening up here. Let me do a cut of the deck and see what other information we have here. Yes, we have ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. I do feel like your family connections are quite important to you at this time. And that doesn't just include your blood family, but also those who feel like family, soul family, the soul family we choose. And it was 8:08 on the clock to 8:11 on the clock when I was bringing that in. And I do really feel that there is something here that is highlighting that you're on the right track. Okay, you're getting some kind of message coming through in the affirmative that yes, you're heading in the right direction, or you're linking with the right person or people here with something that you want to create and put out there. And it looks really good. And for some of you, this is like birthright energy. It's something that's like the legacy of your bloodline coming through you that you're sharing, you're creating here, or it's that energy of what you want to leave behind to outlast your lifespan. It's got that kind of expression here is how it wants to come through. And this is a brand new cycle that's coming in. I do feel like you moved through a lot of deception, a lot of kind of murky energy back there. It was 9:11 on the clock. There might have even been some kind of emergency situation that you had to navigate, and a lot was unknown, and you had to kind of just like feel your way through. But this is you getting to the other side more wise. You have certain magics you've already gathered with you that you'll be bringing forward, but this is the dawning of the new day and the light after the darkness. So I like this. You're passing through what might have been a very tricky cycle. You might have been dealing with a trickster energy. You might have had to go rogue. You might have had to go your own way, but I think you found a lot of strength through those that you call family, also for those of you that have connected with your ancestral lineage and the spirituality of your ancestral lineage. I think that also provided strength for you. So this looks pretty good here. Okay, let's check it out and see what is the path that Pisces sees before them currently. What is the path that Pisces sees before them currently, Spirit? What is the path that Pisces sees before them currently? I love that the spider showed up. It's just perfect. Okay, interesting the way the shuffles are like getting done today with you. It's almost like it gets taken out of my hands last minute. So I feel like something that at one point you had a firm grasp on is sort of being taken out of your hands. Ooh, yes, trick or treat. Okay, it's a little tricky here. And with that, I just saw a leaf fall down from the oak out back past my window here. So there is something at play here, a little mischief in play. I feel like it's Spirit's getting a little playful with you here. Is taking something out of your hands and is sort of saying, relinquish a little bit of that control. Also, let go of irrational fears here. Okay, just take your hands off the wheel for a minute because Spirit has something in store for you here that is better done without you sort of tampering with things. Okay, let's see what this is about. What is the present path as Pisces sees it right now? Again, there's that element of you could have a little trickster in play. There might be somebody kind of planning on stirring something up here, stirring the pot, if you've been feeling that energy around you a little bit. Let's check it out, see what this is coming in as the present path. You might anticipate there might be some more tricky stuff ahead, or maybe you haven't seen the last of a particularly difficult opponent on the path. It's coming through as an opponent. Yeah, School of Light, illumination. Okay. I would say that something has come to an end here. And I think you'll realize that it's really sort of done and dusted once we reach that next full moon that'll be coming in Taurus. It comes in Taurus, I think like 4 or 5 days before Pluto leaves Capricorn and goes into Aquarius. So right now you might be kind of putting up a little extra, like just warding for yourself. You might be really minding your energy, sort of staying in your own bubble, wanting to just close out the old cycle. Also, you don't want energy tapping into you right now. So feel like you might be kind of keeping to yourself. But I think by the time you get to that full moon in Taurus, you're really going to realize that that's done and dusted. So this is just sort of space you're creating for yourself to integrate what you're letting go, what's being released at this time. I think there's been some major endings. You've learned a lot through the cycles, but you're also kind of waiting for that solid. It feels like a sign, like, yes, it's go time here, because I do feel like you're preparing to make some major leap here. And it was 13:44 on the clock, so 444, absolutely. I think you're trying to line up with synchronicity here, though. You're just waiting. You're waiting on the memo, like, okay, it's go time. That's what I got, right? I think you're going to be in this space until we get to that full moon. That's what I feel. Okay, let's get some more details about that, and then we'll look at the next piece here. Yeah, see, but again, it's coming in. You need to relinquish control here, or there's somebody that still has a grip on you that you need to find a way to put this to rest. So you might be navigating some tricky territory here, but I think you're plotting because we got the witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds, okay? Now, this is interesting. We got zombie control coming in with the witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. It's possible you could be dealing with an earth sign energy that is maybe throwing some fireballs your way, okay? Somebody might want to have control in a situation that you're trying to navigate here. You might sense this energy. That might be why you're doing some warding in this situation, okay? It's like you feel like somebody's throwing kind of destructive energy your way, and you're just wanting to kind of ward your space. There might be some kind of action coming in from this person as well. They might reach out to you. They might want to communicate with you. You might have had some space from this individual for a while. You thought that you wouldn't hear from this person again because that energy came in like, oh, I don't think it's, anything to deal with. But I did kind of pick that up right off the bat, okay? They might have actually still been kind of connected to you without you being so aware of it. They might be connected to you through one of your acquaintances, okay? There's something here coming in about this character here. I also feel like you're in a process of building your fire as well. So you're sort of keeping your energy really contained because you're building up your will here and you're about to take an action to create some transformation in your life. There's something here that it's pretty hot to handle. That's what I got, okay? Hot to handle. I've got like hot potatoes. So you might be sort of like antsy to like actually take this action. It's sort of like weighing on you here. Like it feels like pressurized almost, like I don't want to have this in my hands too long. I need to make a move, and I need to make a move soon. All right. I'm picking this up. I am picking up that there is a little bit of energy here working cross purposes though. And this could be somebody that's connected to the past that you should be aware of. All right, let's see. What is the hidden path that is going to come in for Pisces with that transformation point, that initiatory gateway of the new moon in Scorpio coming in on November 1st, Spirit? What will come in as the path that leads to the stone of destiny with that lunar cycle, Spirit, for Pisces? See, it did it again. That is so weird. There's a lot right now that's actually out of your control. That's what I'm feeling. It's sort of like Spirit's taking over here. And if you want to navigate this with the best outcome, it really requires that you take your hands off of it. That's what I'm getting you very strongly. Yes. And there's something here about remember what has happened when too much control was exercised in the past, how that backfired, how that wasn't a helpful influence here. There is something you need to be mindful of in a situation that has had its fair share of cloaking, confusion, lack of clarity, okay? Let's see, what is this hidden path that is going to be emerging for Pisces with the new moon in Scorpio that comes in on November 1st? What is the hidden path that Spirit will reveal to Pisces in that lunar cycle that gets kicked off with the new moon in Scorpio on November 1st? Ooh, it landed right on top as a crossing influence to that spider card. So this is the moment you jump. Let's see what this is about. Hearth. Happiness in our hearts and homes. So I like this. You're definitely getting aligned with your North Node. You know what you need to do to create transformation to affect your destiny in your life. There's a lot of warding and protection here. We got that sort of gargoyle energy. They're not really gargoyles, though. I mean, gargoyles they're like drainage systems, basically, on buildings to prevent erosion. And they're images of grotesques or chimeras, okay? But you have one of these kind of like energies here It might have even been something some of you conjured up. You might have a fetch of sorts that you conjured up that helps you in terms of warding. I also feel like you've been doing a lot of warding and a lot of spiritual cleansing in your home. Whatever you've been doing, it's very effective. I am seeing this, like there's this desire to have sort of your own little bubble right now. And I do think that's important. Fire element is a very strong medium for you at this time. So doing good burns, working with smoke cleansing herbs, working with candles, candle vigils, things of this nature. Also, really building the will, building the internal fire is important too, for you at this time, because I feel like in order for you to really activate your destiny here, you're going to have to take a pretty like strong, bold action. It will require that something is sacrificed. There is something sacrificed. Something is released, but what's released provides fuel for the fire that blazes a trail to your north node and activates your destiny. It will lead to happiness, not only in your heart, but also a sense of like, yes, this is where I belong. This is home. This is what I'm meant to do. And so this is a very positive outcome coming through here. Let me get some more detail about this, about what might be this activating force that comes through for you. Because it does look like the time will come when it's like, okay, I got to take this jump. Look at this mischief and play. Okay, so we got a little kind of tricky energy operating here. And you might need to pay attention to this, okay? Because we have the mummy. And the mummy is very similar to that energy of the Eight of Swords. You know, it's like feeling bound, but seeing clearly what needs to be done to transform a situation. This has something to do with manifestation, what you're wanting to call in, what you're wanting to create for yourself. I also feel like this is a karmic cycle. This is karmic cleanup that needs to be done here. It might be karmic cleanup that needs to be done for a little mischief and play that might be coming back around to haunt a little bit. This might be a little bit of trickster medicine operating here. Sometimes we set traps for ourselves so we can learn certain lessons. And it was 22:44 on the clock when I brought that in. So I think that's significant. There's something you're going to see that you weren't able to see before here. Might help you untie that knot. Remember that piece was coming in. I'm getting like a lot of transforming, cleansing energy, clearing energy, warding energy coming in for you. So I do feel like you're aligning with this, but I also feel like there's another test coming here. There's another challenge, and you're going to see something that you couldn't see before. It could be a tricky element, all right? It could be something that's coming back to sort of haunt you, like in respect to, oh, I didn't really see it that way before. I get it now. You know what I mean? And then you start to recognize the way you were working with a little bit of that trickster medicine to teach yourself a spiritual lesson. You know, we do that to ourselves sometimes. Okay, interesting. I like this though. I mean, you're in alignment for the Stone of Destiny. That looks good. So it's going to be go time pretty soon here. Let's check out what wild card elements are in play that you need to be aware of. Arcane BS deck here. Yeah, see, I do feel like there is this piece where something may be coming back to haunt a little bit. We got that kind of eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth energy here. There's a desire for some kind of peace to be established. We got the nip slip poke. So there might have been something at one time you felt very much like, no, this is it. This is the truth. I'm seeing this situation correctly. You might have felt very firm in that position. There might have been some people that might have viewed it as being condescending or self-righteous, or you could have been dealing with another that was coming at you in this way. But there's something here where there's been some bad blood in a situation. Again, I'm getting sacrifice energy here. Like something has to be sacrificed because there was some kind of error that was made back there. It's like, oops, I slipped. Okay. Also, I'm seeing roots on that tooth. Okay. So this could be somebody that did some roots, laid down some roots and recognized, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or there wasn't enough understanding about working within a tradition, working with a certain ancestral line of roots as well, I have to say, with the ancestors that came in sort of as the foundational matter here. That's really important when it comes to working with roots. You can't tap somebody else's roots. You got to work within your roots here. So I am picking up energy like this, or there could have been, again, somebody involved in this situation that laid down some roots. And that's why there's been a need for doing a bit of warding, doing a bit of spiritual cleansing work here. But what I got is whoever did this, okay, whoever came from that position who thought that they knew what they were dealing with, but really didn't, they slipped back there. But something is coming in here to sort of address this matter of this bad blood, something that needs to be sacrificed, something that needs to be released, something that needs to be let go of, like relinquishing control, and it'll bring some kind of peace in this situation. But if you have suspicions, if maybe somebody was doing some workings or was directing some energy at your household or at you, I could say this could be a pretty strong indication of that, okay? This would be somebody who comes off as like kind of self-righteous, or, they think that they know your situation better than you do. They think that they know what's best for your life more than you know, okay? So this is somebody who tried to have authority over your life. Or for some of you, you recognize that maybe you didn't have an accurate view of a situation, or you will come to, okay? It's going to shake out differently for all of you. We have to remember that Pisces house is the 12th house. It's the house of karma. It's also the house of hidden enemies and blind spots. So sometimes that can mean that we don't realize the way we trip ourselves up, okay? Yeah, something's a little compromising here with the filthy mattress, all right? You can't really rest on a filthy mattress. You know what I'm saying? You gotta throw the mattress out here. And there is a little sneaky energy. We got the rats hanging around here. We got seagull energy. There's been that kind of grabby, greedy energy in a situation you've been dealing with. I think of seagulls. I can't help it. Ever since Finding Nemo, mine, mine, mine. It's that kind of energy. It's Gollum energy. I'm seeing this kind of differently. It's almost like you've had like a Gollum energy hanging over your north node going, mine. That's how it's coming through. I get that. This could have even been somebody that you were intimately involved with, and then you found out that they were involved with others too, that they were kind of like a sneaky person, kind of like a sneaky link kind of energy. They might have had actually, quite a few people around them. You might have felt like, wow, I didn't realize I was in relationship with a community of people here. It's that kind of 6 degrees of separation, all right? I mean, I have to pick up kind of an intimacy piece there. For some of you, this might be if you still have the mattress from your ex in your home, and that was a difficult connection. You might want to clear that out as you're doing this warding and house clearing too. That might tip you off on what relationship that was. You'll know if that applies to you. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, this person was just kind of like, it was a very random sort of connection. Maybe this was a random hookup too. Maybe this is a random hookup you had, And this person was very non-committal. They wore a lot of different faces with you. Good dancer. You like to dance with this person. They might have even taken you out for like live music, or you might have met them in that kind of a setting. You might have met them at a show, or you might have met them, you know, at a dance class, some of you, or at the club, you know. Some of you met them at the fitness club, you know, you met them at your health club. You might have gone out for some sushi or something. I think this person, you know, they had their stuff together as far as financially. Might have been somebody that, you know, was in business for themselves. Either way, I feel like, you know, financially they were well off, or they're very flashy. That's how they like to appeal to people. Like they like to flaunt what they got. But I do think, you know, you decided to cut it off with this person. You determined that it was better to protect yourself from this energy. And some of you did suspect that they might have been doing some kind of like workings on you or something. Yeah, you kind of got in your head about this person. You ultimately decided like, all right. So this could give you a clue about who this golem energy could be, you know, who's this person that's got their eyes set on something that you feel like, no, this is for me, or somebody who's trying to cause some kind of, you know, problems within your home, or perhaps in a relationship that you have going on. Okay. This person's quite an actor, but they can be a bit Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, I have to say. Okay, cut of the deck here. What do we got? Yeah. I mean, some of you got burned by this person, you know? It was something casual. You might have picked up something from this person, or you might have found like you dealt with like a lot of UTIs with this person because they were sleeping around. That might be how you found out. That might be what caused you to end this connection. Or you just felt like, I don't want that. You're like, you're out here sleeping with too many people, so I don't want to take that on. I don't want to get something, you know? I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. The flying man, you know? And this person, they're pretty impetuous, you know? They just jump right into things. They just jump, maybe they jump from one bed to another, I have to say. I mean, that's kind of how it's coming through. But I also feel like this is speaking to some kind of leap of faith. Some kind of leap of faith that is going to be coming in for you here, that's going to get you aligned. This person might come back around, and it might be a little bit of a challenge. It might be a little bit of test. Is this person, you know, going to sideline you from this north node, you know? Are you going to get stuck in another cycle here? I want to get some kind of detail on that. What do we got here? Oh yeah, that's the filthy magic. Yeah, let me get some detail on that. Let me see. What can I pull out for clarification on that? I'm gonna just pull out the Kipper deck on that because I want to know. I think this could be this kind of controlling figure from your past that might come around and create a challenge here that you need to be aware of. So let's check it out. I just want to get some detail. False person. 8 energy around that. Yes, could block the manifestation. It looks like it could be a couple too, okay? They come in tow with another, okay? So third party situation. And look, there's a house connected here. Wow. That's pretty potent, man, I have to say. All right? So yeah, I mean, be aware of this false person. I think this is something you need to be prepared for, because there is somebody here that would like to get their hands on something that ain't theirs. It's not earmarked for them, okay? I do feel like you know this character. You've danced with this character before. They're preparing to take a leap here in your direction. It's got the vibe, though, of this person was kind of like non-committal. Okay, so that can be a big clue. This can be somebody that you know, they have a lot of lovers. And I think you found this out, and that was like a deal breaker for you when you dealt with this person before. Yeah, toil and labor in reverse. You're like, I don't have time for this. No, I don't have the bandwidth. It's hard enough dealing with just one person. I don't want to deal with all these people. And then I don't want to deal with all the drama that comes with that. Yeah, it looks like this is some character that might be coming around to try to tempt you, that you need to be aware of, it looks like you should flush it. It looks like it's kind of overdue, It's like, one of those discs that they have in the urinals to kind of kill the smell that it hasn't been changed in far too long. It's kind of lingering, not in the cranberries sort of way. Did you have to let it linger? Did you? Did you really? One more round. One more round. Maybe you feel like there's something here that still needed to be closed out and it's taken far too long. You waited for something to get closed out. It's been lingering too long. You're like, now this person might be deciding to take a leap in your direction. It's like, hello. Okay, cut of the deck energy. Maybe they were trying to get it in, before they went your way. Okay, I do feel like this message is going to come in. And when this comes in, it gives you concern. And it does look like they're approaching in such a way where they're like, hey, baby. But you're not exactly thrilled about it. You feel like you got your hackles up here because there was something that was really imbalanced about this situation before. We got the number 14 coming in around that. That makes me think of temperance, okay? So this could have something to do with this person is a big drinker. That's a possibility there, or they're imbalanced in some other way, or they created a lot of imbalance in your life. You didn't feel balanced within yourself when this person was around. This could also be a Sagittarius you're dealing with. This is somebody who's at a distance, okay? They are at a distance from you. And you haven't heard from this person for a while, okay? So this could get kind of interesting. A wealthy man, okay? We already established that. This person's got money, all right? They like to flaunt that. That's kind of like their strong point. They like to highlight here. Like, I got my shit together, right? And maybe that's very appealing to you, Pisces. Because you might be like, well, I got my shit together too. I want somebody who's got, their business handled, okay? All right, let's see what magic you need to carry you forward on your quest. Well, there is some karmic matter that needs to be balanced here. We got that crow medicine. That crow is standing on an urn. This is a long-standing matter, something that should have been laid to rest here. There's some kind of honor or dignity that was lost in a situation that needs to be restored. And the only way that it can be restored is by sacrificing something. That's what it sounds like, okay? You should be working with some crow medicine. Crow is karmic law. This is a karmic matter. And it has something to do with something you invested in the past that you are recognizing isn't the right place for you to be investing your energy. There's something about it that strips honor or dignity, and so it's time to bring it to an end. I mean, it could very well be in alignment with this connection, because it looks like you're like, that's not what I was into. There's also something with the rat energy and the seagull energy where there was just a lot of selfishness in a situation, a lot of sneaking around, or just sort of deceptive energy in a situation that didn't feel quite right. And I have to say, you did get that remember message that came through. And with that jack-o'-lantern there, it's like, yes, Your ancestors are telling you, remember what happened before. It's not so random. And in fact, you might start seeing some random things go down as well. Those random things are there to highlight their unusualness. So you're sort of drawn to them and pay attention. There's synchronicities. So you might find a lot of your messages coming through synchronicity, but it's like really random stuff that makes you pay attention to it. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. That's a little bit of your magic coming through too, right? We got the occult tarot we're working with here for you, Pisces. So let's see, what magic does Pisces need to carry forward with them on their quest here? What magic will they need to carry them forward on their quest for the Stone of Destiny, Spirit? What magic will Pisces need to carry them forward on their quest for the Stone of Destiny, Spirit? What magic will Pisces need to carry them forward on their quest for the Stone of Destiny, Spirit? One more. What magic will Pisces need to carry them forward on their quest for the Stone? See? Honor, dignity, truth. You need Frog Rock with the Ace of Swords. Frog Rock, the answer. It's the sword of truth. It only holds power when you pull it from its sheath, which means there's a truth you have to speak. But Frog Rock means the answerer. So the power of Frog Rock is that the truth is so potent that once spoken, and once you point that truth at another, they're required to answer. And so there's something here that you need to get answers about. Ooh, isn't that interesting? This is total chimera energy there. This is this character. See, there's somebody coming around from your past. You know this person. I got the vibe that this person gets around. And no shame, you know, that's who they are. They like to play it fast and loose. They might have a lot of lovers. They have a lot of secrets too, and that's something you should be aware of. I think you know this as soon as this person reaches out to you, because it kind of like sets your hackles up. But this person also has their sights set on something here. They are checking out your North Node, you see. They got their eyes on your heart and your home. And see, there's a lot of energy here about something has been really delayed in this matter. Maybe you haven't heard from this person in a long time. Maybe the time to act has passed or something here. Something's been sitting here for a long time and it don't smell right to you. That's what I got. This situation don't smell right. It sets off your Spidey senses. This person also comes in with another in tow. Remember, we have the false person, and it's a masculine, feminine comes in together. So if you think that somebody's out of the mix, they're not. This person's going to take kind of a leap of faith. I do feel like this is a situation that's had you in that hangman position for a while. You're like, okay, are we just going to hang out in this Pardo? You're just going to hang out in the crossroads here? So again, dualistic message here. Like, I feel like you're entering a real creative cycle, right? But there's something here that could like jump scare you. And it could get you caught up if you're not mindful, if you don't remember. It's like your ancestors are like, don't forget, man. We're counting on you. We're counting on you not to forget here. Yes, and see, this person, this is how they kind of get it in. They get it in through the sensuality. It says they inflame men with women's love and women with men's love and cause them to show themselves naked if desired. So they know how to talk you out of your clothes, okay? This person knows how to work it on that level. So this is how they will try to get it in. But it's because they got their sights set on something here, and you need to be aware of this. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Any more details about the magic that Pisces will need moving forward? I also see that you need to really work with your water element, okay? Water will benefit you here a lot more than bringing your fire forward. Maybe that was the key. You need to temper things a little bit. Remember, you had the witch energy holding the fire, and that griffin, not the griffin energy, the chimera energy there is sort of like, you know, holding onto a rock, and the water is coming near it. So you should work with your water energy. And again, they could be an earth sign. You could be dealing with an earth sign, okay? You need to deal with your water energy to slowly, subtly, like sort of erode. You know what I'm saying? Don't come at them with fire. I feel like that won't work, because then there's just going to be a lot of defenses going up and more of this sort of masking energy of true intentions. You need to work with your water. You need to work with your water to gently wear away at the defenses to get to the truth in this situation. It's important. It's definitely a past matter you're dealing with here, because we have strength on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with both a Leo and a Sagittarius that come in tow, okay? It's a 2-for-1 special here. This is a past matter. You have the strength you need to overcome this situation. You see, but the approach is something that you do need to be aware of, because it says builds towers or destroys stone walls, causes rough waters, and finds witches. It's like a witch hunt. So whoever these people are that are approaching, they're on witch hunt here. And you may hear from one that was your lover, but they got somebody that comes in tow with them. They want to find an in intimately so they can stir up the waters, cause rough waters. Your water, Pisces. They want to stir everything up, all that past stuff. What happens when you stir stuff up from the bottom of a body of water? It makes things very difficult to see through. It causes lack of clarity. Okay, so you do need to be aware of this. And if you're wondering, where has this energy been coming from? This energy. And it looks like targeted at a household, or to try to create some kind of instability in a situation. Also to take down your warding, destroys stone walls. All right. You have the ability to overcome this energy. And it's interesting with Vine coming in here, because again, what does water do? Water nurtures the earth that causes things to grow. And I think of vines, and vines are very invasive and they're extremely resilient, and they know how to kind of like take everything over. There could be a wine connection here. There could be a winery connection here. Again, somebody could be a drinker. They could really like their wine. There could be a mother connected to this situation. They could have a child with this person. Mm-hmm. And again, every time I think of camels, I think of their ability to go so long without hydration. So there's something like the waters are stored up here. The waters are stored up here. With the Empress, Earth sign energy, with Taurus and Libra, or this person shares a child with this individual that's coming towards you. They have a past connection. They want to find out where a treasure is hidden. So they have their sights set on something. they want to claim a particular prize. See, but you need to ward from this energy in order to really preserve this Empress status. That applies, whether you're a man or a woman, okay? It's, again, working with the feminine energy, working with the water will be the strength in this situation. It will be able to be the invasive force in this situation that gives you the resilience to overcome this opposition. You do not want to come forward with fire. You want to actually temper that. The more self-mastery you exhibit in this situation and the more you work with subtly influencing this situation, the more resilient you are and the more you are able to take a strong hold in this situation that secures your position and what you're creating for yourselves. So remember this strong Leo, Sagittarius energy coming in here. We also have Taurus and Libra energy there. You could have any of these signs in play in your chart. You could be dealing with one of these signs, but I do see that there is an advance here. Somebody's coming in like a knight in shining armor with the Knight of Cups here, and they want to make an offer. Causes all the love that may be, both of men and of women. So whoever is approaching here, whether you are being approached by a masculine or a feminine, the end goal is somebody here wants to know how they can get their hands on some treasure here, or what they view as the prize. Okay, they got their sights set on something. They feel like you're the way through to get it, all right? And they also feel like you are protecting your energy in some way, or you're pulling your energy back, or you're not revealing a lot about your plans or something like this. And so they want to kind of court it out of you. Why? They want to know, what is this foundation you're building here? So we can bring it down. You see, it builds towers or destroys stone walls. All right. So this is somebody who also wants to try to get through some security too. So if you are doing anything online, do be mindful about your security. That's important. All right. Thoroughly look into matters, any negotiations you got going on online, anything that feels suspect to you, you would be wise to just keep a heads up about it. Okay. Anything else here? Cut at the deck. Judgment. Okay. Yes. This is good judgment. It comes in again. Wow. The Chimera energy is really coming in strongly here for you. Right. So yes, you do have this energy here. This card always reminds me of Apophis. And Apophis, you did have some energy come in with change there, the mummy, and it had that Egyptian energy. And Apophis is an Egyptian deity. And Apophis wants to steal the light. So yes, this is judgment, okay? This is some karmic stuff that's going down here. Somebody here wants to steal the light. You need to be aware of this. Distributes promotions in high offices, causes one to be liked. So this person has some kind of advantage. They have some kind of position in life or some kind of authority, or they have connections. They can make things happen. I do feel like this person's likable too, right? They got charisma. So there is a draw here, but there's something that you do need to be aware of, that there's more than there appears on the surface to this story. So you need to remember what you've dealt with before, because there's a false person connected to this situation. And judgment coming in there. So Libra energy coming in again. And on the other side, we got the star. You see, got some flying monkey energy here. So again, this person, you could be dealing with a witch. And they got flying monkeys. And men can be witches too. All right? Men can be witches too. Some people call them warlocks, but back in the day, a warlock was a traitor. Okay. It wasn't something you'd want to be called. You wouldn't want to be called a warlock. It meant you had betrayed those that you had worked with. Although, I don't know. Maybe you are, dealing with a warlock. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who betrayed you. They played you false. This could be somebody you've done spiritual work with before, and they played you false, okay? But whatever this is, it is a little tricky because this person's charismatic, but they come with others in tow who are willing to do their bidding, okay? And you do need to be mindful of this. And just as fast as you can love them, you can turn around and hate them the next moment, okay? Because this person, they know how to really kind of like, work you in such a way where you can be kicking yourself down the road, go, I knew it. How did I fall for it again, right? This person's charismatic. You need to be aware of this. They can make you ignorant and without sense. And perhaps that has something to do with, what they got going on in the bedroom, okay? You need to be aware of this. And they come in with others in tow. It says delivers familiars from other magicians and can move one from place to place. So see, this to me, I just got this vision of somebody like sitting in front of a chessboard, only the pawns on the board are different characters in their life, and they like to just play with people like it's a game. This is strategy being put in play and has something to do with some hope that's brewing in your life. What they want to do, they want to steal that star. They want to steal the light. Okay, we already know that. Because here comes Apophis. You need to have your hackles up, okay? Don't fall for the magic stick, man. Be aware of what you're getting into, okay? It's important in this situation. I think you'll already feel this when this comes in. Got a lot of sentience around that. I think you'll already feel this when this comes in because you have concern. As soon as you hear from this person, you're instantly concerned. All right, let's look at your quest and see what details we get here. Oh, they got a King of Wands making a resurgence here, rebirth energy. Got the eyes on the sun there. Oh, I got that wand too, prepared to take action. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming in there, so that could give you a clue about this character. What is the quest for Pisces? What is the quest for Pisces? What is the nature of their quest that leads to the stone of destiny, spirit? What is the nature of Pisces' quest that leads to the stone of destiny, spirit? What is the nature of Pisces' quest that leads to the stone of destiny, spirit? I'm using the tarot, the divine here for this. Chariot. Do I move forward? Okay. Do I move forward with this offer that comes in here? You see, this figure is standing there. They're kind of like planning things out. They're watching from afar here, and they do have another in tow with them. And they've been seeing you move forward. You've been, coming up against some challenges, I have to say. It hasn't been smooth sailing going forward. There's been some resistance. You've had to move through some blockages here. But I feel like you're starting to get some traction. And this character is going to come in and propose a new way to move forward, but you do have to be aware they have another in tow, and it was 59:11 on the clock with that. So yes, 14 energy, 11, big Sagittarian energy, temperance energy coming in there. Also energy of the alchemist, so do be prepared. And with the chariot, we got Cancerian energy there, okay? So let's check it out and see what this is. Get one more shuffle in here, a few more shuffles, and then I'll shuffle again. I don't know why I felt like doing that. I just did. Yeah, Three of Swords, okay? So this situation caused a lot of heartache here. And when the heartache hit, it took you by surprise. You already dealt with the Tower in this situation. And again, this person's in the shadows, keeping an eye on you, keeping an eye on matters and what's going on with you. So if you think that they're not around just because you haven't heard from this person or you've been in separation, not so. Okay, they're still lingering. They're still lingering. Okay, let's check it out here. What is the nature of Pisces' quest to activate the Stone of Destiny? What is the nature of Pisces' quest to activate the Stone of Destiny and to step into their North Node? What is the nature of Pisces' quest to activate their destiny? Ace of Coins. Okay, so you already have an idea about where you want to invest your energy. It just requires that you actually make the investment. So there's some action that you're prepared to take here. You already got an idea about what you want to invest in here. If you invest in this direction and you don't get sidetracked here, it will grow. And isn't that wild? It's got that kind of like vine energy coming in there. Whatever this is, it will be so strong and resilient that nothing can cut off its coming to fruition. I really feel that. But it does require that you stay focused and that you make the investment here. There might also be, something here that needs to be preserved, okay? I do feel like there's something pouring into you here with an Ace of Cups. So you have an opportunity coming in simultaneously. See, this is the basis of the matter. It comes in with the World, though, all right? This Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck comes in with the World. And see, these are angel trumpets here. They're part of the Datura family. Datura is known as the devil's apple. And so these are beautiful, okay? Like I said, this character is enticing. They're charismatic. They got their shit together materially. I think you can have a tendency to sort of like give them a pass for bad behavior, maybe because you like the chemistry between the two of you. But with the World here, usually this is about bringing something to completion so you can arrive at a successful conclusion. And I'm saying it in this way, okay, when this is presented to you. It's sort of selling this idea of let's get through this together and let's bring this to a successful conclusion. And there's some desire to have a new beginning here. And it's very tempting, but it could be poisonous. And the reason I say that is right behind it, we have the Four of Coins. You see what's hovering over here. We have a vulture. So there is this sort of reminder, remember, and there it is again. There's the angel trumpets again, double message coming in here. Remember the tendency for how this can rock your stability. It looks like a new opportunity. Oh, it's going to fill me up. But there's something here about remembering what you already hold in your hands. See, you're just about at this transformation point here with the Magician. You're about to take action and use your fire to affect change in your life. Finally, planting this Ace of Pentacles and experiencing all the growth that it brings, all the richness it brings to your heart, to your home, the way that it gets you to that point of activating your destiny. But there is this in the shadows that threatens to take it all away from you. And it actually will cause the same injury as before. There will be another Tower moment. This is the basis of the matter that you need to be aware of. It's going to really require your focus, and I want to get a little bit more detail about that before we dive deeper here. Give me some more information about this, Spirit, about the nature of this quest. What is the nature of this quest for Pisces, Spirit? And you could already have something here, you know, some kind of connection here that is building or brewing, that this figure has been like catching wind of. I mean, remember, you have people in common within your community. So maybe somebody's gotten some word about something here. And they could be coming around to try to poison this. You know, they see you coming into some happy connection here, something working out, and sabotage it. You know, this could be somebody you live with, somebody that you have a committed relationship with, somebody you're building with. And this character wants to come around and kind of like undermine something slowly. Earth sign energy coming in really strongly around this character, especially Taurus. Okay, this symbolism is coming in really strong. This person might have a really strong Taurus placement, or they are connected to a Taurus, and this is what you need to be aware of. But this will cause some kind of disappointment. Remember, I said they'll stir up your waters, churn up your waters. It will create lack of clarity, lack of stability. You already went through an ending in this situation, and if you think it'll be different, it won't. They got their eyes on some treasure you got here, some precious that they want to obtain. So I feel like as long as you keep investing in the direction that you know you need to be investing in, and you don't allow yourself to get sidetracked by this, you're gonna fare good. Okay, cut of the deck. What do we got here? Yes, stay focused on your star, because see, it's just in its beginning stages here. You just made it out of the dark wood. But because of matters of pride, okay, you could get caught up in another third party dynamic. And that true, look at how it's almost like an ace of pentacles. It's almost like an ace of pentacles and an ace of cups in one. It's like a little birdie told me that I should stay focused on what I know is the direction that leads to my destiny. That's what's going to bring you your fulfillment. If you allow yourself to get caught up in flattery and glamour, you're going to end up in this third party dynamic again. And these are false people. So you do need to be aware, because what you are bringing into being right now, it's just in its beginning stages, and you have to protect it. Okay, you have to protect it. It's so important. All right, what is the nemesis that Pisces needs to be aware of on this path? What is the nemesis that Pisces needs to be aware of on their path? I don't know. I almost got like a time's up energy. I mean, how much time are you going to allow pass? You know, for somebody to do the honorable thing, right? It's like there's something about that here where somebody just kind of like left something sitting too long. There's something about questioning the timing of the approach, right? What is the nemesis that Pisces needs to be aware of, Spirit, on the way to their destiny? Wow. The Hierophant. Taurus energy. So strong here, man. You got to be dealing with somebody that has a really strong Taurus placement in their chart. You got to be dealing with some. See, this person's going to try to offer you peace pipe. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to like approach you, talk things out with you. They want to make peace with you. This person's coming in as your nemesis. It's like the way they approach you, it makes you feel like I should make space for this, because, you know, this is the right thing to do. This person may even, come off as a very spiritual person, and they're talking about such things like, you know, it just didn't feel right in my soul that we left things off that way, you know. But you need to be aware here. We did have, you know, the nip slip poke back there. So this is somebody, they might present that image, but they're coming out as the basis of the matter of the nemesis you face here, right? Woo, okay, let's see. Or it could be you telling yourself that stuff, you know? I should do this. It's the right thing to do. You know, you might be saying it's like the evolved thing to do when sometimes it's not, you know? Sometimes the better thing to do is just let something go and be done with it. You have to be aware of what you entertain in this situation. It can look like it has the potential for something beautiful, but it could be poisonous. And it looks like there's something that is really secured here for you, and it looks good, and you're moving forward, and you've been working really hard to move forward here. So I would be careful what you let in at this time. Yeah. Again, you see, this energy, you need to be aware of this with the 8 of Wands, strong Sagittarian energy. This is a fast-moving energy. It comes in through a message, and it wants to move things forward very quickly. Also, this is that story of ravens stealing the sun, okay? Stealing the sun to bring the fire back to the people. So this person is trying to steal some of your fire to bring back to others, okay? There's other people connected to this situation. Raven energy, that would be Libra on the medicine wheel. So I feel, again, this is a karmic situation here. You will get word from this individual. This person could have strong Sagittarius, strong Taurus in their chart. All right. Those signs have come out. Leo as well. Leo's come out pretty strongly. We got all the fixed signs out here, actually. Scorpio and Aquarius, too, have come out strongly as well. Right. And Libra. All right. So some ideas about who the players in this situation are. But you will hear from this person. And they will want to move things forward very rapidly. And they might sweet talk you or love bomb you, and they want to move things forward really quickly here. But you would be wise to pump the brakes a little bit, I have to say. Empress, Taurus, Libra energy again, bottom of the deck here. See, there's some beautiful roses that want to come into bloom for you. You do need to be aware of what could get in the way of your garden growing here. I have to say, you may be about to experience the sweetness of the bloom of the rose, and you might settle for some angel trumpets that poison you. All right. This is like fallen angel energy. So be aware of this here, I have to say. What is Pisces spirit ally moving forward on their path to destiny? What is Pisces spirit ally moving forward on their path to destiny here, spirit? What is Pisces spirit ally moving on their path to destiny here, spirit? What is Pisces? Oh my goodness, Pisces, come on now. High Priestess, Hermit, Four of Swords, Five of Cups, Nine of Cups, Page of Wands, King of Wands, Eight of Coins. Yeah, it's just basically reiterating, okay? This is your energy here, right? This is your energy. You've already seen something in this situation. You already have knowledge in this situation. Your intuition has already revealed something to you in this situation. Cancerian energy there as well as your energy, okay? And you decided to go your own way. You broke from the pack. You wanted to head towards your destiny. And you're just about to receive the white heart. You're just about to receive a blessing that's coming through from spirit just for you. This is something that you've had to navigate on your own. You had to go through an initiation. You found your way through the dark wood alone here with the Hermit energy. You could be a Virgo rising. You could have a strong Virgo placement in your chart. There could be a Virgo here who has some inside information. As I said, Virgo, a leaf came falling down, so that could be a clue here. And this is your energy here, Pisces, with the wolf, your wolf in medicine wheel. And I have to say, look at how you're bound up here. There's some situation here that had you in a holding pattern for a long time with the Four of Swords. And it kept you in a place where you couldn't find the path forward. Wolf is the pathfinder. So it really like made your medicine, your birth totem medicine, inaccessible. It cut you off from your intuition. It cut you off from your instinctual knowing. It also did something to silence you here, or attempted to. And this is what you need to be aware of. It's your ally to not forget what you have already learned here before. You see, she's holding a book. It's about opening up your book of shadows and remembering what you already learned here before about the disappointment and the loss when something looked like it would be so beautiful, like it would be a wish fulfillment here. You've been here before with this character. You will hear from them. This person comes in with a lot of fanfare. They know how to create a stir. They know how to whip up excitement. But this person's got their eyes on your sun. And you've already felt worked by this character before. Look at the frustration on her face. Got Capricorn energy there. See, I also feel like you've been busy at work. You've been busy at work. You've been working very hard to create this future for yourself. And that Capricorn energy that comes in with the snow goose, that direction on the cardinal cross is the direction north that Aries is in right now, the north node. You got somewhere where you're going. You've been working really hard to lay down the foundation of this. It's something that will grow, but you can't get distracted from where you're going here. You should continue to focus on what you have been working on so you do not get distracted here. That is your ally. Don't forget what you learned before. It's coming in so strong here. Yes, see? King of Cups, okay? This is your energy coming in with the Fool. Whoa, but see? The way I'm seeing this here, the Little Mermaid energy with the Fool, it's like you're protecting what you are creating here for yourself, your new beginning that's going to bring you fulfillment when you arrive at the North Node. But you see, with this Fool energy here, this is Ariel. And Ariel got tricked into giving up her voice just so she could unite with Prince Eric. Okay? There's something you need to be careful about here, that you don't lose something precious that you have been moving towards because of the desire for what you think will be some happily ever after, but requires you to give up your voice, give up your dignity, give up your integrity, compromise yourself in some way. I do feel like this new beginning will be presented, but there's something you need to weigh out strongly here in this situation. It's tricky, and it's very important that you don't forget what you've already learned in this matter. What is the lay of the land for Pisces moving forward toward the stone of destiny? What is the lay of the land? What is the lay of the land as Pisces moves on up to that north node? What is the lay of the land, Spirit, for Pisces on this quest? Page of Coins, okay? So you're it. Look at that. I love this. Double the stag energy. See, you're in this. I didn't really notice that before. That's kind of interesting. I've never noticed this before. Okay. Page of Coins. It's earth sign energy, but this is also the card of the student. It means you're entering a new learning cycle. And if you look around the neck there, it almost looks like there's an Ace of Pentacles, okay? And she's looking at that white heart, that spiritual guardian that brings the blessing and the gift of activating the destiny, the North Node. There's some new beginning here that's earmarked for you by Spirit. But I see, look, it almost looks like she's pushing this other stag away. Here comes this other energy that's like, but hey, remember me? I'm your destiny. And then another leaf just fell past the window. See, so you got your sights set in another direction here. So you may be meeting somebody new, or you already have somebody that you're building with. And there's this other energy coming in here that should fall away. You're trying to push this energy back. Oh, this is interesting. Give me some more details here. Show me the lay of the land. This is like somebody that's trying to come in and veer you off course. They're trying to veer you off course. You want to be mindful of this. I do feel like you got a destiny here, but you could sacrifice it for a garden path. Oh, just as I said that. Yes, you could sacrifice it. You absolutely could sacrifice it here with the 7 of coins and invest in the wrong thing. There is a sacrifice that needs to be made here. And this may be something that at one point it was a dream for you. This was a wish you had. You wanted it fulfilled. But it's sort of like the time for that to have been fulfilled, it's past. You're either building in another direction, or you have some kind of wisdom and insight that you didn't have before that has caused you to want to set your sights on another horizon here. And now, just as you're starting to move forward here, after a lot of blockage and a lot you cleared, now this other person is coming around, this other opportunity is coming around to try to sway you back onto that path. And you're being presented with a choice. There's a choice, and you're going to have to let something go. There's something that needs to be sacrificed here, but you really should remember what happened before. You should remember what happened before. And there's that Taurus character again. There's a Taurus connected to this situation, for sure. It's coming through so loud and clear here. There's a Taurus character involved in your situation. And something needs to be sacrificed in this matter. It also may be, with Taurus energy coming in, that there might be some kind of stubborn or fixed position that needs to be released. There needs to be more of a comprehensive view of a situation. Cut of the deck, Knight of Swords. So I do feel like this is about cutting through some BS here, making things quite clear. See, because while you were caught up for a long time here, you got a clear view of your situation. And when you got that clear view, it made you realize that you really didn't want to invest in the pain anymore. You wanted to invest in the beauty of the rose. These are all roses that want to come into bloom here. And you've been patiently manifesting here. And you're almost at the activation point. And you can race forward quite quickly in this situation and get towards your goal. All right? But see, it requires you moving up the ladder to that North Node in a different way than you thought. At one point, you may have thought it was about Prince Eric in the castle in the distance. It's not. There's something new that you've come to understand here. And it's almost like you have to escape one situation in order to activate this destiny. And it will be an action that's done cleanly, quickly, decisively with the Knight of Swords. There's also some major truth that's spoken here that changes your perception of everything. And that's what has you heading in a whole new learning cycle here with someone. Okay, there is someone or something that you're very much in partnership with here as you're moving forward. But you need to be aware of this character here because you already learned this lesson with this Hierophant. And you definitely need to deal with this situation once and for all. It should have been digested a long time ago. We got Leo energy there too with the string. All right. Very interesting. Okay, what is the beef? What is the beef? What is the meat of the matter? What is the beef? What is the meat of the matter? Because it looks like there's some, there's some energies here that are pretty resistant to you moving forward here for one reason or another, or you coming into alignment with whatever this is. So let's see with the beef. What is the meat of the matter? What's the beef, man? Why? Why is this resistance here? Oh, because somebody feels like you really took the power out of their hands. They feel in some way that you like humiliated them. Yep. They feel like you kind of pulled a fast one on them, like you sort of, you drove the nail in the coffin and they wanted to be the one to like teach you some kind of lesson or bring some kind of ending to you, but they feel like you beat them to the punch in some way. In some way, they feel like you made them look weak, right? This person really cares a lot about superficial appearances, how other people perceive things. They feel like you made them look weak. They feel like you exposed them in that way, and they did not appreciate that. So it's almost like this person's got an energy here where they're very much like they got a chip on their shoulder and they feel like, no, I'm going to be the one to drive that final nail in the coffin, not you. Okay. It's a matter of pride. It's a matter of ego here. Like somebody felt exposed in this situation. What is the beef? What is the meat of the matter in this situation that Pisces is dealing with as they activate their destiny? What is the beef? What is the meat of the matter that Pisces is dealing with as they're going to activate their destiny here? It's a third party situation. That's what it is. It's a third party situation. This is the beef. You didn't want that action, or somebody in this situation didn't want that action. This is a situation that's being complicated by too many cooks in the kitchen. There's outside involvement here that's causing issues. And for those that it resonates for, we did have witch come in. We've had a lot of this energy come in this read, actually. We've already had the magician come out. We had the high priestess come out. Every indication is here. It takes three to make a circle. And this is a big learning cycle that's coming through, some workings that were set in motion. And some of it, I have to say, just with the star energy coming in and some of the other factors here, could be some spell work that was done in the past wanting a particular outcome that now you don't want. But it doesn't change that energy is still in play. That energy is still playing out here. And there's a whole lot that comes in tow with that, okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Or somebody's been doing workings in this situation for a long time. And again, yeah, the cost of the desire fulfilled can make one feel foolish with what is sacrificed as a result. There's some sacrificing of the voice. And I think of the voice, and it makes me think of the throat chakra, Vishuddha. Okay, Vishuddha is not just about your expression. It's not just about your communication. We have to remember that it is our voice that speaks things into existence. So it is your will activated through the creative power of the word. And not only that, it is aligned with the purpose. So your North Node is your purpose. There's something here about make sure that what you're desiring is truly in alignment with your purpose. Look at all the seagull energy there too. There's a lot of greedy energy around this situation. And there's somebody or others in this situation that want some kind of elevation. You know, they want the keys to some kingdom, but it's something that's not earmarked for them. And it's like everybody wants a cut of something. And there's something here about really making sure that you're aligned with what truly brings you fulfillment. And that in making sacrifices, you don't sacrifice what's essential, okay? And some of the beef could have to do with being silenced in a situation too, or having some kind of blockage in getting communication out, getting the word out, getting your message out. Especially if you do anything online, any kind of work online, all right? There's been some financial implications here in this read as well. Okay, let's see. What are the consequences Pisces will have to deal with as a result of their past actions in this situation as they head on up to their North Node? What are the consequences Pisces will have to deal with as a result of their past actions as they activate their destiny spirit? What are the consequences Pisces will have to deal with in activating their destiny spirit? Comes out again. 7 of Wands. This should have been laid to rest a long time ago. You see? Something has to be sacrificed. You have to nail that coffin closed once and for all. You're not meant to be a crypt keeper, like keeping an eye on this for the next moment that, you know, it resurfaces to exercise its control again. There's something here about you need to end a cycle once and for all, and there can be no open-endedness or questions about it. It's important. Temperance. There's a situation here that needs to be balanced out. And with that Tara energy having that foot forward, it's about taking action in this situation. It's about getting something done. This should have been balanced out a long time ago. So there's something here that's been left open-ended and it hasn't been completed. And because of that, it's preventing you from getting up to that position of activating your destiny. It's keeping the karmic loop in place. That's why this keeps resurfacing over and over and over again. Something needs to be buried in this matter. Something needs to be buried in this matter. What is the power for Pisces to gain through self-mastery in this situation? What is the power for Pisces to gain through self-mastery in this situation, Spirit? What is the power for Pisces to gain through self-mastery in this situation, Spirit? What is the power for Pisces to gain? Whoo! Pele energy, Queen of Wands, to get your fire back. I love it, Spear of Blue. You see, you're supposed to take that action. Now, we got that volcano energy in the background. And again, it makes me think of sacrifice. Something needs to be sacrificed to the fire. Why? It needs to be sacrificed to the transformational power of the fire so that the creation can come forward as a result, the creative energy that forges the new path ahead. Because when that magma from the lava flows meets with the ocean in the islands, it forms new topography, it forms new land. And this is the bridging energy that carries you forward into your future and your destiny. And look at all the roses there. Again, but it requires you to take action to transform something with passion and purpose once and for all here. And I do feel like that power will be put in your hands. And there's sort of this message coming through. Just remember, where there's smoke, there's fire. And that's what you do need to be aware of in this situation. Where there's smoke, there's fire. All right. So where you do feel like something is concealed or it's hazy or you can't quite figure it out, there is something inflammatory there. Don't doubt your own ability to transform a situation. You got the spear of Luz, so you have the power to act, but it requires you to actually take that step to plant that Ace of Pentacles in the direction that you are now aligned with. Do not sacrifice that. You need to sacrifice what is trying to divert you from that path, okay? Really, really important message coming through. Yeah, see, because this is a matter that is a karmic matter. And in order to make it to the North Node, you got to settle things at the South Node. And with the Two of Coins here, there's a balance due to get that bridge that takes you to the other side. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain toll. You got to pay a toll to get to the other side. I think that came in one of your earlier reads too. The toll bridge. Yep, we're arriving at that juncture. Okay, so there is something that karmically needs to be balanced here, but it puts the power back in your hands. You see, it's like calling your power back, and then you'll be able to take an action in a direction that leads you forward with passion and purpose. This is your very independent energy coming forward. This is your creative fire coming forward. This is really in that place of inner authority. I like it. It's a good energy. Okay. It's a good energy coming through here. All right. What's at stake for Pisces party moving forward toward their destiny? For those who will join them on that road to the stone of destiny, what's at stake for Pisces moving forward here? So it looks like you're sacrificing one path to align with another that's more in harmony with your passion and purpose. 9 of Wands. Falling for the ruse, finding oneself in Baba Yaga's hut there. Something is warded here, and there is like this sort of demarcation point. It's like, don't pass beyond the hedge here because this way is closed. And if you get tempted by the treats, okay, it's that very much that trick or treat energy. You know, if you want to know sort of stories that are spun about Baba Yaga, there's parallels with the tale of Hansel and Gretel. So this is like the innocent part of us that just wants the treats, that just wants the candy, you know, that will lead us into some places that can get our gooses cooked. I like that, the way that came through, the gooses, you know, representing the North Node, that Capricorn North Point position on the cardinal cross that Aries is presiding over right now, that marks your North Node, your destiny here. There's something about, yes, it may be alluring, but turn away because look, you see the flame is coming through the skulls here. This is the path that blazes the trail to your future. You have to let certain things be. Certain things are off limits as well. Now, Baba Yaga, if you look at her true mythos, Baba Yaga is an energy of wild wisdom. She is untamable. She is feral. She is free. But she moves alone. She walks alone. Okay? She doesn't partner with others. You wouldn't find Baba Yaga stirring a cauldron with other people. Oh, no. She does her own thing. Okay? And she is always actively transforming. And why does she transform? Ultimately to heal. There's been a lot of spinning of Baba Yaga's tail, villainizing her energy, but it's not really accurate. Do you know that Baba Yaga flies in a mortar and pestle? You know, that is her vehicle. That is her chariot. So she moves forward in such a way that she brings about healing. She has a lot of knowledge about folk magic and root work and working with the herbs, the plant allies, this kind of energy here. So there's this piece that came in for you about learning. So you may be getting initiated onto a path of purpose, and there's something that comes in there that involves working with one of those mediums, working with some kind of knowledge. This may be ancestral knowledge, learning how to work with certain plant allies, learning how to work the roots of the traditions you come from. But it's also about being in an unknown territory, being just at the beginning of the journey as well. There's a lot to learn and integrate here. And Baba Yaga ultimately is hidden knowledge and wisdom. And you can only gain entry into those spaces by going down the path of the apprentice. So some of you may be ultimately coming into alignment with a path that requires you to get some initiation. There might be some kind of guide or teacher coming onto your path, but there's this energy here about not trespassing into areas where you know you do not belong, and where it's become very clear that it's off limits, because there's no moving forward in this direction. The ending has already taken place. See, there's sort of like a looking over the shoulder, looking back, still wanting to fight for something that's like, it's time to move forward alone. That's where your empowerment is. And ironically, it's what ultimately will bring you into alignment with the Four of Wands. And we end up where we began, about happiness in your heart and your home. See, there's another that joins you there. There is an alignment here that's coming in. This is Empress to Emperor energy. This is you rising up out of the South Node and finding the counterpart or the true path, the true destiny on the other side. So there is fruition here, but not if you go back this way. Then your goose is cooked. That's how it's coming through, okay? There's something to be very mindful of here. And it doesn't just affect you, it affects this alignment that's supposed to come in for you. So that's pretty important, all right? So remember the lessons of the past. Remember the lessons of the past. What's at stake for the new world that Pisces wants to bring into being here? What's at stake for the new world that Pisces wants to bring into being here, Spirit? What's at stake for the new world that Pisces wants to bring into being? Yeah. Oh, I love how that came in. How perfect is that? The devil in reverse, you get pulled back into the web. You don't move into the creative energy. You get caught. You get held up because you got tricked by the devil, got tricked by the trickster. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. Whatever this is that's tempting you, though, that you have not released and transformed, if you fall prey to this again, you're going to get pulled back into the dark woods. So you do need to be aware. See, with that star energy, let me find it here because I do want to highlight it. The way the imagery is speaking in your read is significant. Okay, where did it go? I know it's in here somewhere. There's that star to get integrated back in the deck. It might have. Let's see. See if I can find this star. Because I want to show you the way that the energy is playing off of what's coming in here. It speaks of quite a tale of caution, I have to say, okay? So you have the devil coming in here. Snake is associated with south, with the element of fire. Snake is also Scorpio, okay? So Scorpio matters. This is a matter of Pluto. This is a matter of Mars. This is a matter of transformation through what medium? The fire. It was 1:44:55 on the clock. You have to sacrifice this if you want to have the alchemy of the past, transforming everything that's anchored you and prevented you from truly activating your destiny, okay? You have to sacrifice this or else this can't come into view. See, with the star, it's so tentative right now. This destiny is something you're nurturing right now, and you just got out of the dark wood. This character wants to pull you back. So everything is hinging on this for what you want to bring into being. If you get caught up here again with this particular devil, it's a trap. It's a trap. This is lack of creativity. This is staying stuck. Okay, so you do have to be mindful of this. It's coming through quite strongly here, right? I trust that you can face this challenge. I mean, you had strength. Strength came through a couple times for you. Strong Leo energy. You might have a strong Leo placement in your chart, but you do have the strength to overcome this challenge. You really do. In fact, I would say look in your progress chart and see what is going on with Leo right now. What is going on with any Leo transits in your chart right now? See where Leo is activated in your chart right now, because I feel like it's coming into play with your North Node here. That's your source of strength, right? Your Leo in your chart right now is your source of strength. And please look at your progressive chart. Look at your transits, because even if you don't have any Leo placements, you want to check out what's going on with Leo. Leo house 2, the 5th house. Okay, so pay attention to that, because that's your strength right now. You don't want to get caught up in this. You'll get pulled back into some really messy dynamic. And I feel like it'll be harder to set yourself free than it was the first time. Okay, the first few times. Maybe you revisited this frequently. Yeah, look at this. Do you want to go back to that place of being in this place of lack, doing without? You've been hanging out here for quite a while. There's a big turnaround that wants to happen here, but it's up to you, okay? What is the cookie? What is the cookie for Pisces to inspire them to keep moving forward? Looks like you're meant to move forward. You're not meant to, revisit something here. Something needs to be sacrificed. And I think you already know what it is that you truly need to sacrifice in this situation. See, because look, this is the cookie, the 10 of coins, the ultimate fulfillment. See, you go from the 5 of coins to the 10 of coins. Double or nothing, baby. That's what's on the table right now. It's double or nothing. What are you going to do? You get to play your hand. If you think you're going to roll the dice with a suspect investment that's already proven what it's about, you're a fool. You are. You're a fool, because you'll lose big. You'll crap out, man. But you take the house, man. You take the house if you play the long game and you stay focused here. This is 10th house activation. If anybody has spun anything around your reputation, this is transforming that. This is the proof is where the pudding is. This is making connections that can get you where you need to go. This is also financial stability. This is building with another or others. This is good home life. This is that point of arrival. This is very positive energy. That's quite a cookie. Let me do a cut of the deck on that and just get any more details there. Look at that, 9 of coins. But see, first you have to achieve it for yourself. This is very important. You stepping into your independent empowerment. And there's something you're growing here. And there's many seeds that will also spring off from it. There's like so much growth here. 9 of coins, that's like independent financial stability. That's healing. That's looking good and feeling really good, being in your energy, feeling empowered. Yeah. And it's protecting that Ace of Cups, what you want to fulfill you. It's protecting it and not allowing anything to divert your attention here. King of Cups energy. Okay, you could also be dealing with another water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but this is something coming in once you have arrived in this position of empowerment yourself. There's something very important about you establishing this fulfillment for yourself first before the true alignment comes in. Okay, what is the target that Pisces should have as they prepare to head through that initiatory gateway, that transformational gateway that comes in with the Scorpio new moon on November 1st? What is the target? What is the focus that Pisces should have during that lunar cycle to truly activate their North Node and their destiny and bypass this trickster here? What's the target? Oh, remember your knot? Looks like you are going to use Frog Rock to cut through that knot. You are pulling that sword from its sheath. You're going to cut through that ball of confusion. You're not staying stuck. You're freeing yourself from the South Node. I love it. And where any web of deceit has been woven, I feel like you're cutting through the deception here. This is beautiful. And you're going to get the answers you seek as well. This will come through for you sometime in the winter, I feel, is when you make that final cut, right? Might take you a little time to arrive there, but this is a powerful activating force. Okay, what should Pisces focus on? What should their target be as they move through the energy of this lunar cycle? It will be kicked off with the Scorpio new moon on November 1st. What should Pisces focus on? What should their target be to hit the mark for a successful campaign as they head on that road to the Stone of Destiny? What should Pisces' focus be? What should their target be, Spirit? Yeah, you see, you haven't done it. Yeah, right now you're teeter-tottering. See? It's that Ace of Wands. It's that power of fire in your hands that will pen the story of how this next chapter will unfold. You have it kind of as a crossing influence over the spider here. So you got to choose. Are you going to get caught up in the old cycle and cut off this manifestation before it even has a chance to come into being? You're in danger of doing that, I have to say, because, you know, you got the energy coming and crossing, and it's not fully upright. It's kind of heading south here. So I do feel like there's something here with this moon energy, this lunar energy, that you're still trying to understand. There's something here that you're still allured by. You know what I mean? There's something here that you're still intrigued about. I also feel like your words are quite powerful. And there's something that has been coming in, the aerial imagery came in a few times for you. Be aware of how you can really get diverted from bringing something forward that you are meant to share. Whatever this is, it will transform your life. As some of you have a very important message that you're meant to share. And that could come through your art. It could come through a story you're meant to write, or a story you're meant to share, a workshop you're meant to create. or some skill you have that you're meant to teach others. There's something here about a lot of creative power, and maybe it's been kind of hidden, but it's meant to be the thing that blazes a trail for you moving forward. And your words have something to do with it too. And when I think of creative expression, that's another way that we can have a voice, even without using our words, right? You can be a dancer and you can share your story and not say a word, okay? So there's something here about you have creativity that is meant to be shared, and you have some desire to create something. It's your Ace of Pentacles. It is part of your destiny, and it's something that you will be known for. And if you really invest in this and you don't let yourself be sidetracked, you really come into a place where you set yourself on a strong track. You build yourself from the ground up, and you're able to move forward in such a way that when you do come into alignment, because there is somebody you are building with, when you get to where you're going, all right, you're able to meet on an even playing field with that person. Like, you share power with each other. Whatever this is, though, that wants to pull you back in some mess is a diversion from your path. And you need to be really aware of it. You're about to have this power put in your hands to affect your change that you're longing to see in your life, to activate your destiny. But you can hold yourself back if you get drawn back into that place of the glamour and the confusion and the illusion of recovering what at one time was your wish fulfillment. Now there's a need to really understand who you are now, who you have become in the process. Because I see if you go back to this, you're going to get caught up and you'll never get where you want to go. All right. There's a lot that can be sacrificed here. And you do need to be aware of the power of this creative gift, this creative opportunity, this platform. This is something that is opening up for you, and it will take off. It will take off. And your words, your truth is very powerful, especially how you express it creatively. And this is something you cannot sacrifice. You see, it's almost like that burns up if you get invested in sort of heading back down to the south lunar node there and looking at what caught you up in a glamour or an illusion in the past. You need to remember what you learned before and really trust your intuition. It's so important. Let me do a final cut of the deck and see what we got here, Pisces, to cap it off. Wow. Before this curtain can come up, this matter needs to be tended to. It's curtains on something else here. This transformation must come through with the death. If you, oh wow, we come full circle. If you are to preserve your Ace of Cups and your Ace of Pentacles, don't fall for the illusion. Don't fall for anything that strokes the ego or is a flash in the pan, a moment of instant success, or it's just a good look. That will really sabotage this beauty that wants to be preserved for you. Whatever this is, it's the third party element in this situation that makes it a bust. And it will never be what you were hoping it would be. So see, let it fall in the shadow as you move forward in your chariot. Okay? You're meant to go your own way. There is somebody else that will meet you there. There is someone else that will meet you there. You just got to give it time. But don't let this pass you by. You'd be a fool if you go back from where you just pulled yourself out of.